I'm a verbal processor and Kevin is an internal processor. And so I say a lot of things a lot of the time. It's really true. And Kevin's is very much keep it close, and then out comes the thing. Or if you're verbally processing, it's not on an emotional level. It's more like the things of the day. So it's very interesting, but also how we use words. Like words that are used to, encourage and strengthen and build up and almost, I'm going to use the word bless, like really lift up the other person. Or is it just, what are you doing? What did you do today? I'll comment on this, criticize that. Oh, the plants need to be watered. Why didn't you do that? It takes 5 positive things to erase that one negative thing you say. So be really careful about how often are you criticizing your partner, right?
Yeah. And what I've learned is that I'm not intending to criticize. I'm just saying the plants need to be watered. The point is that I don't even intend it as criticism, but you hear it as criticism. And I think it's important. There's intention, but there's also how we received it. And the other side is maybe you've just had a tough day and you're more sensitive, or maybe you've had a great day and it doesn't bother you. Everything's dynamic, right? In this marriage partnership that we have. And so we have to check in all the time because literally, if I said the exact same thing yesterday versus today, it will be received differently to some degree, potentially. I don't know, it's part of the beauty of it, but it's also part of the frustration. So it's not like we take this dashboard, okay, we're good with communication, we're good for the next 10,000 miles. No, we're probably good for the next 10 minutes. And then it can all go off the rails in a hurry.
Yeah, and I think one great question is asking your partner, what did you hear me say? Because when you do that, you clarify it. There's no criticism there. There's all the clarity, this mutual mystification that people have. Like, it's all clear. Well, what I heard you say is this. And then the person can say, oh, no, this is what I meant, right? And so that allows for the give and the take, because communication isn't just me talking at Kevin, which I'm so good at. Communication is what he hears, and then did he hear what I said, right? There's all these ways of communicating, even body language. Like, be careful that when you're upset, you know what your face is saying, right? That's something that we kind of laugh about because Kevin doesn't always know what his face is saying. I don't always know what my face is saying, but that can be really challenging for sure.
I think to go back, I process internally. I also process externally, so it's a little of both. But a lot of times I've thought through something and then I don't say as many words about something. And so the danger for me communicating in that context is I've thought this through and I'm already kind of have processed, right? So I'm kind of, it sounds like I'm dictating, like this is what we should do, right? Because where Diane, you will process more externally without having decided. And what happens is then you tell me things amidst this external processing, but I don't hear the key things. And then later on, well, I told you that. And I'm like, I didn't pick it up, right? Because where I tend to be fewer words. I can be longer winded on a podcast, right? And just to say that it's different and we have to respect each other. So to your point, this is what I heard you say, or this is what I think I understood, becomes so important because you can't know what's in my head. And I don't necessarily know when you're just processing versus when you've kind of decided. Sometimes it's not clear to me, right? And so it's that we have to check in. And if we're regularly checking in on what one or the other meant, we're better off.
For sure. And I think with communication, there's a couple of things to just be really aware of. You can't let things like criticism and hurtful words stick, right? You have to clear the air. And I think clearing the air in communication is really hard because it involves words like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Like, there's a little bit of, I'm going to use the word humility here, where you have to be able to say, not always defending your position, but just saying, that's not what I meant. I'm so sorry. Like, it makes a big difference. You go a lot further and a lot happier if you can actually be kind with your words. So,
and if you want to learn more about what we're about, go to theinspiredroad.com and click on the Inspired Marriage link. And there you can see additional resources and even an opportunity to sign up for one of our seminars and retreats.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day.